What's going on? I'm gonna get right to it. This is gonna be a very, very short stream. Uh, the event that happened over the weekend in Nashville. I mean, I really can't say if it was a. I definitely know it wasn't a hoax, but I really can't say if it was a false flag because Second Avenue is tore up right now. But um, what I will say that that is not or was not fake is that we were out of internet and phone service for the whole weekend. You know, early Christmas morning when I was enjoying watching my kids and stuff. Enjoying their gifts and everything that they got for Christmas or whatever. But then a couple of hours later, while we was playing the game or whatever, I looked at my modem and it was flashing red, and I was like, oh okay. I was like, oh okay, it's flashing red. So I was like, all right, bet. Um, because it happens in our neighborhood sometimes, Um, maybe they were fixing something. Usually it was because they fixing like the towers and stuff or updating the towers around. But then I thought I was like, well, no, it's Christmas. It shouldn't even be off like that. It shouldn't be working on today, right? And so, you know, I tried to pick up the phone, couldn't get, couldn't make any type of outgoing service. I mean, couldn't make any type of outgoing calls, couldn't receive any type of incoming calls. And then I was like, all right, well, the internet off. I'm like, good thing I saved some, good thing I basically saved all my data for this month, right? Um, and so, I pick up a phone and I couldn't even connect, I couldn't even use mobile data. And then this when I started to get concerned. I was like, oh wow, this must be pretty bad. If Cause normally when the internet down, you know what I'm saying, we can use our mobile data and just, what I'm saying, periodically conserve it until the internet comes back to life. And I was like, well, damn, this something must be really going on if I can't even get on my mobile data. And so then, within an hour later, so that's when I heard about the bomb, the whole uh bomb situation. Um, cause my old lady, she is just, which I don't even know how, but she was just able to like get a feed. I forgot where it was from, through Facebook or through Google or something, but was just able to get a feed before her before her service dropped as well. She still couldn't make calls regardless, but uh, she was able to connect for a brief moment through her data to get what happened. And so I was like, oh wow. I was like, this is going to be a news. Now, what was skeptical about it is that every time we have these events, every time we have these situations, the perpetrator always die, like, and we never get a motive. That's always in the same story every time. We don't know the motive. We couldn't get the motive. I'm like, yeah, it seems like it's like it's not a coincidence. It's like they always die. They either get killed or they kill themselves. Mainly, they always kill themselves. So we can never find a motive of why they did that. Whether it was Nashville, the UCLA shooting, the the Post nightclub shooting, the UCLA. That's a UCLA, the Fort Lauderdale. I mean, shit like that. It's like we can never get a motive out of it. And what I will say that, I guess due to all this little COVID thing, it wasn't really anybody on the streets that early on the streets of Nashville, that early Christmas morning. So y'all not gonna find too many people. You know how they usually have, staged, a like a stage environment where you got people in the background, whether it's a shooting or bombing or whatever. Y'all would have somebody close by, crisis actors. Well, this particular time, it wasn't anybody on the streets, so y'all can find several. Y'all can find several camera angles or whatever. Y'all not gonna find anybody, no type of quote unquote crisis actors on the street, um, that early to make it look like it was like a hoax or anything, like we did with UCLA and Fort Lauderdale and Post. You know what I'm saying? That was like a false flag written all up and down. Um, like I said, I really can not say that this was a hoax or a false flag or a fake event. But what I will say that it's not fake is that we were out of service, not just AT&T, because I'm an AT&T customer, but not just AT&T, Verizon and T-Mobile were also out of service because T-Mobile and Verizon use AT&T towers. And when I looked around, when I first when it first happened, I thought it was just AT&T customers. So then when I went to the store up the street, I started asking people, I was like, man, y'all phone out? They were like, yeah. And I was like, dang, it's just AT&T customer. They were like, no. It's like, they were like, no, because I have T-Mobile. And another person was like, well, I have Verizon, and I can't make a single phone call. I can't connect to the internet. I said my data's not working or anything. So, and the only ones who actually had um that actually kept the internet service were the broadband users, like Comcast, Charter Communications, um, Infinity, something like that. You know what I mean? Excuse me. But all AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon users didn't have any phone service. All AT&T Uverse users didn't have internet. Um, it was something else. Oh yeah, people who was using Cricket phone user or like Straight Talk or what's the other one? Track phone users, basically the burner phones or whatever. They had their services, but all the good phone carriers, the best phone carriers, we didn't have any service. So I just want to throw that out there. But I mean, everybody's okay, of course, obviously, because I'm sitting here talking to y'all. There's no blast crater on the ground. Yeah, I and I noticed that too. Christian. Yeah, I noticed that. So, but here's the thing: if it's a focused bomb, not only that, the when I seen a camera angle or whatever, the bomb went off across the street from the RV as well. You know, they were saying that the bomb went off in the RV or from the RV, but it didn't. When I seen it from a different angle, and the bomb actually went off across the street from the uh from the RV. Now, what I will say is that you have some bombs that are focused. It's like focus radius where they won't leave blast craters. You see what I'm saying? It only because it's just basically just focused on that one spot. But the impact was strong enough. Whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? The impact was strong enough to knock us off of our internet for the whole weekend. I couldn't even, call my folks, my mom, or anybody to let to check on them during the Christmas weekend. Flying over the Sinister area. Okay, I got you. You won't let me show it. You said in countless images from countless from the a lot of black hair is always clearly visible. Adamant, not Nashville. Yeah, so I mean that raises another that definitely raises another eyebrow. But what I say looks suspicious is that the quote unquote blast, um, the quote unquote blast went happened across the street from the. It happened probably about give or take 50 or 60 yards across the street from where the RV was parked. In the video I seen, though the entrance in the hole to the second level of the AT&T building, notice the entrance hole. Yeah, so if anything, that was if anything, that was a focused blast. Focus blast. Yeah, yeah, I know what you meant. But focus blast definitely don't leave craters. Now, I think what I will say is that the regardless of it was a blast crater or whatever, what I will say is that this was purposely done. This is purposely done for something bigger. I mean, that's my opinion. I feel it was purposely done to knock out everybody off radar to plan something bigger. I could be wrong, but no, you good. You good. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. But yeah, what I about to say, but yeah, man, the whole thing was I know it was crazy because I was like, regardless of what's going on down in Nashville right now, it's I said I can understand if it was just a AT&T uh service, right? But we have probably over I don't know 10, 20 million users throughout Tennessee who was not, including myself, that was knocked offline. Declared Nashville airspace as national defense airspace rather than attack. Yeah, of course. And they calling it. People want to call it a terrorist attack. I was like, to me, there's no such thing as terrorism in America. America is its own enemy. America attacks its own landmarks and cities and people on their own soil. Then they point the finger just to start a war. You see what I'm saying? That's it. You see what I'm saying? Just like the Boston bombing, 9/11, you know, all of this stuff. It's like if you know, let's say that our leaders, right, the world leaders, they go to their meeting that they usually have several times a year, right? And the meeting becomes a little hostile and aggressive, through words, of course, through verbal. And somebody says something to our American leaders that they don't agree with or they don't want to comply to or something. And then within weeks or days or months later, they'll schedule an attack in a area. You see what I'm saying? They'll schedule an attack in the area or whatever, and then they'll point the finger at the country that they had disagreement with. You see what I'm saying? Like they attack their own people. Basically, like you said, they create a problem and then offer the solution. Google Maps Earth, no blast creator entrance. Yeah, I got you. I got you. You don't have to keep repeating yourself. I got you. But yeah, they have shut the airports down. They shut the airports down and everything. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the one like. But yeah, man. But that's all I really wanted to touch bases on. Like I said, the um, I'm pretty sure it was. And then on top of that, I looked on Facebook and two. They had they had two, like it was like only one suspect, but they had like two different persons of interest. So I said, okay, so the other person up there, you scrolled up and there was another person that was person of interest. But excuse me, but I said that the older guy that was a person of interest looks kind of photoshopped because his mugshot, the shadow behind his head in his mugshot doesn't line up with his head. You know what I'm saying? Normally, like, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can do it. All right. Let me see if I can do it. Okay. Now y'all see the shadow of my hand? Let me bring it in, son. Yes, y'all see the shadow of my hand? Y'all see how the shadow is lined up basically right there under my hand? Well, the shadow of this guy, his ears, the shadow of his ears was hanging way down here. Even though he's close, he was just close to the wall like this. You know what I'm saying? He was like this. But the shadow of the so I'm like, bruh, are you sure? Are you sure this picture ain't photoshopped? Because the shadow is not matching up with his head. You know what I'm saying? It's slightly off from his head, you know. But that's neither here nor there. Um, but I'm definitely gonna. I definitely look into it. I ain't gonna hark on too much about it because it's over and done with. Now we finally got our internet back on, obviously, because I'm sitting here talking to y'all. But like I said, whatever happened, whether it was a fairy tale of a false flag, a hoax or whatever. What was not false is that we were out of service for the whole weekend. So y'all can't say that was false. We was out of service for the weekend. I could not call my mom, my grandma, my uncles, my cousins. We were scheduled. Me and my cousins were scheduled to do a group FaceTime on Facebook or whatever. When everybody got up and moving around, when everybody woke up out of bed, we had scheduled a time to do a FaceTime or whatever. And then later on, a few hours later, I seen that everybody else was in the call, but I couldn't join. It allowed me to see. It allowed me to join, but I couldn't join. You see what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. It had joined to let me know that a video call was going on, but I couldn't join because I couldn't my data. It wouldn't let me use my data, or um or my it wouldn't let me use my data, and not plus the internet was out. Now I will say if you know someone who is a subscriber to flight radar, you'll be able to analyze traffic about aircraft in the Nashville area prior to the attack. Okay, got you. It was another thing. I couldn't. Shit. What I was about to say? I lost my train of thought. It was something else too. I wanted to touch bases on before I got up off here. Fuck. Oh shit. I know it's gonna come to me later, but then by then it'd be too late. Oh well, fuck it. But yeah, but like I said, oh yeah. So, but what I think happened, rather the bomb caused the internet, or they used a bomb as a distraction and knocked everybody off radar, is because um it's because they planning something. They are planning something. See, not only this is what strikes me as weird. Not only were we all out of uh voice calling, data using, and internet using service, somehow it affected the police lines as well, so nobody could even call the police really. You know what I'm saying? Even the backup emergency 911 was having trouble. People were calling, automatically get disconnected, and you see what I'm saying? So it's like they knocked millions of people, including the police dispatchers and operators. They knocked millions of people offline or whatever because something big was playing. I don't know if it was playing in Tennessee, but whatever happened, people in Alabama and some of Texas and stuff was in Kentucky. A lot of users, AT&T and Verizon and T-Mobile users in Kentucky was also affected by this. This is no bullshit. People would come to me all that lived in those areas. Well, I was talking to my cousins, and they were telling me, my cousins way out in Kansas, they were also affected by this. So it knocked out like probably hundreds of millions of people offline to plan something. Like, and I think about, have y'all ever seen that movie Ocean's 11? You remember Ocean's 11 towards the middle of the towards when they had this whole plan or whatever, when they were actually working that, they had planned their work right, but then when they got around to working a plan, they made it to the part of the plan where um where they knocked everybody offline. I mean, the whole casino shut down, the lights went off and everything, just for Brad Pitt and them to sneak up in the real vault with sorry, for George Clooney and them to use that little 30-second downtime. You remember when Don Cheadle he activated that pinch and he knocked out all the power in he knocked out all the power in Las Vegas. Remember, they could have been predictive programming. I don't fucking know. But uh but when he knocked the power off or whatever, I think it was like for 30 seconds or whatever, that gave George Clooney and them time enough to to swap to swap the video footage out with their own, and to swap the footage out where it was focused on uh the fake vault that they built to make it look like the actual vault that they was robbing. So when I think about this shit, when I think about what happened, I kind of think about that movie. They knocked everybody offline. They knocked everybody offline for what reason? I don't know. To rob a casino, to rob a bank, to to rob a Federal Reserve branch. I don't know. It was just the whole fucking shit was weird. Watched several times download and said may decide to remove it. If you know partial disrupt. Yep. What else? That's what's up now. But I sure do appreciate the feedback, Christian. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, but like I said, they knocked everybody offline for a reason. For a reason, you know what I'm saying? Oh, not to mention, nobody could use ATMs. I forgot the nobody could use ATMs, and it was cash only everywhere. The whole weekend it was cash only, damn near in 90% of the places in the lower southeast region, it was cash only. So, like I said, it was a reason why everybody was knocked offline. You know, I'm not totally buying the whole RV story because, like I said, what uh, what drew my suspicion and my curiosity is they say that the bomb went off in the RV, like the bomb was in the RV and went off. But then when I seen a certain angle, um, from a traffic light. You know what I'm saying? The traffic light on Second Avenue called a perfect angle, like within 100 yards of it. And the angle it showed that the explosion went off across the street from the RV. You see what I'm saying? So that kind of drew my suspicion. Very interesting. The issue, yeah, yeah, bro. No bullshit. I'm not lying. We couldn't use no ATMs or anything. It was cash only. You know, and I don't carry cash on me. Too many shit, too many dumbass crimes goes on that has to deal with cash. Prime example, you know what I'm saying? Shit like this just happened over the weekend. Too many robberies and burglaries were going on, so I don't carry cash on me at all. Unless I'm getting ready to spend it right then and there. Other than that, I don't carry cash on me. Um, I mean, it has its perks. It's kind of safe not to, and then it's kind of safe to have it because like I say, shit like this could happen. It, Shit like this could happen. You might need cash on you at the, what I'm saying, if shit when shit like this happens, when everybody gets thought get knocked off radar, you know. But yeah, it was crazy, man. We couldn't use our phones, couldn't use internet, couldn't use mobile data, couldn't use ATMs. It was fucking like a shit show this whole weekend, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here looking at the AT&T stores, and and all they can do is ask questions because AT&T stores they need the internet to they need the internet to activate their new customers. So I was talking to my old lady. I said, "Ooh Lord, I know all these people that got these new iPhones and new Samsungs and shit for mad as fuck. They can't even get a cut on today." You know what I'm saying? They can't even go to the AT&T store and get them cut on, or Verizon store or T-Mobile store and get them cut on right now. Yeah, I know they was mad as hell that they had all that, and then you know they couldn't get it cut on when they wanted to. But that's all I have for y'all right now, though, yo. But I definitely check out some of those links that you suggested, homie. Until then, this is your boy JT. I'm signing off. Deuces.